tuned. Dr. Morote talks about smoothies for detox, bloatiness, anxiety, and much more.
I thought about asking this earlier. When someone wants to start these smoothies, of course, with everything that we're sharing today, you have to check with your doctor 1st. Speak to your doctor.
Yeah, you have to be your doctor.
We're not giving medical advice. But do you think people need to do some form of detox before they start the smoothies, or you think it will just have its effect as they do it on a regular basis?
Well, I think people should do a detox at least every 2 months.
Any specific?
I have 2 or 3 detox. Oh, you know what? Some people just stop fasting. Fasting will work. But I have 3 detoxes, like bloody detox, orange detox, and parsley purification, for example. These 3 help you to
Clean out the system
Clean up, yeah.
before you start these routines.
Yeah, I would say because the smoothies, in my taste, the parsley, for example, is a very harsh flavor.
Right.
If I advise you, you have to do first, then you will never want to have a smoothie.
And that could be one of them that do the purification.
Yeah,
before you
that's very
start.
good. It's
Yes.
very good. So
Yeah. Now, why parsley? What was it about parsley that
it's
you felt was
purification. It helps you all the toxins of your body. When you walk around, you have all these toxins getting in your body, the metals you don't even know, and the parsley have this ability to take all of this and throw it out.
I think hold your nose and just take it down. Just,
It is good. Or you know what? In my head, I said when I was doing the parsley thing, I was thinking, just tell people to have in the soup. Why you have to eat the soup? Until I finally found a flavor. But the thing is, it's better to have cleans, obviously, because you carry a lot of stuff for years and years.
And the parsley, I know growing up in my family, that was one of the ingredients that they use a lot in food. And for me, it brings a lot of flavor to the food. But a lot of these natural remedies that you're talking about that we are surrounded by every day and we don't know the effects that it can have on us. Our parents use them in foods. However, that's a lot of times they overcook it to the point where the effect, the benefits,
that's true.
It doesn't really do anything anymore.
You make a good point. The raw food is very powerful.
And I've been hearing that for years. Yeah.
I hear that. That's the reason the smoothies, I become a lot of fans because you having raw food.
Right.
Definitely it makes a change. It makes a change in the body.
So you brought some really great stuff today. And I can't wait. Tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, this is called Lady on Red. Here, this is for you.
Yes, I can't
Let's
wait.
do like a
I can't wait to try it.
Well,
and what's in mine? What's it?
Oh, this has, let me try. Fabulous.
And this is called the Lady of Red.
I call Lady on Red.
Okay.
Be careful, it's very, very messy one.
Yes, I could see that sort of splashing a little bit.
Yeah,
but
maybe you drink it after because
I want to taste it on camera.
Oh yeah, taste it on camera.
What is mine? What is
it
the name of
it? Carrots, beets, celery, ginger, apple, green apple. They have cinnamon and they have pepper. And I think that's all they have. I have a mandarin.
Does it matter if you do natural or the frozen?
I noticed that the flavor is better when it's natural.
Okay, I'm going to try it for the first time. Let's see.
All right.
Delicious.
It's delicious. My husband hates
Probably
the
should
beets.
shake it a little bit before.
Yeah, you need to move it.
But I taste some of the ingredients already. I could taste it has that little extra bite to it.
This is my doctor's favorite.
And why is that?
Oh, so this has chia.
Oh, chia.
They have chia. Yeah. They have maca. They have green leaves. They have banana, green apples. Ginger, of course. She likes a lot of ginger.
So ginger's pretty much in every smoothie.
I love ginger because people.
I love ginger too.
Ginger helps you with the people who have immunological diseases tends to have rheuma and pain. It helps me with that. Turmeric help you with that. So I put ginger in everything because my kids love it as well. Help you with inflammation. Yeah. I like it to cut it and see the yellow thing. I feel like a pleasure to doing that. The same thing with the turmeric. I have bought because it's very difficult to find turmeric. It's not in all the stores.
Right.
So
And you're using the powdered form,
I bought the
right?
power,
Yeah.
but my kids don't like it. I do have the power of maca, for example. That's perfectly well.
So instead of the powder for the turmeric, what are you using instead?
I buy the turmeric and coated.
Oh, you just buy the right. Okay.
Yeah, it
okay.
looks like the ginger.
Okay.
It's a long thing like this. Look like the ginger.
See, I've only seen it in the powdered form, so that's good to know.
Because you see it.
I
What
know
happened
that-
is I noticed that sometimes you walk in the stores
Yes.
and you pass through and
right. You don't know.
You don't know.
It's like they say, you don't know what you don't know. So you're exposing a lot of this information to us now that I think now we're being educated on all these healthy fruits and vegetables that
they are there
accessible.
in the store. I'm telling you
Right.
because I have passed many times for the dragon fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looks weird, and then when I open, I say, "Wow, this is easy to eat." I have passed many tries for the long leaves, the colors.
Right.
Never
knew what it was.
Occurred me.
Right.
I don't even know how people eat
And
it.
you probably even had it before you didn't realize that's
Maybe
what it was.
in my
right?
food. That's what we do. We just walk through and we only select the things that are familiar, but we need to start exploring. I think this helped me to explore a lot.
Right.
Explore, and because I was looking, I said, I don't want to advise something that people cannot go and buy in the store.
Right. And you also wanted to try it so you could know what's, what might be tasty and helpful.
Yeah, sometimes I was like, let me try
Right.
this. I hope I like it. I say, oh, but then usually how you combine things is good.
That's good to know. And yeah, I can't wait to I'm definitely going to try a lot of these recipes because I just started getting into smoothies myself maybe a year ago after visiting a friend in Florida, and in the morning when she got up, she made a smoothie, and she at first I'm like you, taste is important to me. If I don't like the way it tastes, I'm not taking it down. And she prepared the smoothie for me, and it was so amazing. I got the recipe from her, and now and then I do make it. I don't make it as frequently in the beginning. It was every day. Every day I was making a smoothie. And then I said, you know what? Sometimes I would run out of certain things to put in it, So definitely a big fan of smoothies, and the names alone will make me want to try some of these.
Yeah, you need to try. You need to try.
My curiosity about this particular friend of yours that you said he noticed a difference in his health once he started making those smoothies. Was he making those smoothies every single day? How often did he have to make them?
I think he was doing during the weekdays. He said he was taking his break in the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every day during the week he made them. Now,
that's an interesting question, is because it's the frequency.
Right.
Also, most of in the case of the immunological disease, 2 smoothies per day would be the minimum. But I think you have 1 smoothie per day. It's better to do something.
Not to do it at all.
Because I usually don't recommend, as long as you do it, because sometimes the people say, oh, I cannot do it twice a week. Maybe I cannot do it at all. Just do it.
Right. You've got to start somewhere.
Yeah. And then sometimes you say, this is better in the morning, in the afternoon. It is true when you have smoothies that includes bananas or high sugar, it's better having in the morning.
Right.
So you have the entire day for your body to process. And there are some smoothies who are for the night because help you to relax and going to sleep. Mm-hmm. But just have the smoothie, basically.
Just do it,
just
right?
Do it, yeah.
Now, in terms of like preparation, is it okay if somebody prepares smoothies like the night before?
Yeah, I do it the night before. And the smoothies, when you put in glass, you see here it can be 3 days perfectly well in your refrigerator. No problem.
Very good.
Yeah,
that's
sometimes
good.
Go 4 days, but I would say 3 days. This smoothie, for example, have an apple. The apple tends to oxidate. Mm-hmm. So we will take a little color here. People say, oh, why is the color? That's the apple. So I would say 3 or 4 days. More than 4 days, no. 3 days I am...
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't lose its effect, basically.
No,
that's good to know.
I bought all of these for my house. So I created all the smoothies and put it in the refrigerator every 3 days. I do it again. Good.
And do people need a special what type of machine did you use? Because I know now they have so many. Like, for example, I
Oh,
have the
that's a
Magic Bullet. I don't know if I could use that because I'm sure there's when you're putting it in any type of processor, you have to be mindful of the skin of the fruits. So what kind of processor would you say people should use?
I would say use what you have. Because again, I try to do this in the cheapest possible way. If you have a blender and your blender is not powerful, then cut it in small pieces. I do have a blender who is who's powerful. So I mean, you pay $100 more and you will have a better blender. So you just choose whatever fits your budget.
Okay. And you're keeping most of the fruits, and I know that there's a lot of them that you can keep the skin on.
Yeah. Some of them you keep the skin. For example, the apples, you keep the skin. Sometimes the lemon, you keep the skin. But you have to be very mindful of your taste.
Right.
Because for example, I used to put lemons and my kids, mommy, it's too strong. So then I take out the skin on the lemons or also the mandarins. So you need to be mindful also because if you have children, you want them to have the smoothie. So try to be careful about the flavor. And I spend a lot of times on the flavor.
Okay.
On the smoothies. A lot of time because I didn't want only to be healthy, but something that you really want to
people really want to drink, right? It has to be tasty.
I said, look, it's very healthy, but I don't want to know.
And so have you tried every smoothie before
I tried every
marketing it?
smoothie. Every picture that is here is taken with my cell phone. And it's all made by me. I bought a specific machine to put the smoothies there, and I drink it with my kids. Sometimes we throw smoothies out because the flavor wasn't good. My husband was trying all the smoothies. He never complained.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you had some good taste. As I was going through it, I noticed a lot of the recipes, a lot of interesting names. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what went behind the names of these smoothies?
I like to play with the names. For example, smoothies to fight obesity. We have the skinny pineapple. That's the pineapple seed. Number one. Mango hunger tamer. They have detox. We have bloody detox. Then we have dragon sweet defense. This is for diabetes. We have the dragon thing. This is very good for diabetes. Now, I was trying also to find fruits that we are in the market, but we are not used to use it. But it's there.
Right.
So the dragon fruit you can find in any place.
Right.
And people look at it, it looks different. But if you learn how to eat it, it's very easy. You just cut it and you can eat it with a spoon. I myself learned to eat it, believe it or not. I used not to use dragon fruit. There is one I did for my daughter, a peaceful date, to maintain the calm. Instead, the apple of my eye is a pear of my eye.
Wow.
So I try to, for memory enhancements, for example, to me it's important, I am a professor, my memory have to be sharp.
Oh, absolutely.
Sharp.
Yeah,
and I was going to I would say, maybe the menopause or the corona, who knows, but suddenly I was forgetting names. I used to enter to my class, I'm 40 people, I can know names of everybody, and suddenly half of them I was forgetting. I remember now, my memory went back perfectly well. So the nutrition is very important. Anxiety is something I hear a lot.
Yes, it is. It is a big deal now with young people too. A lot of young people are suffering from that, and I think it has a lot to do with social media as well, and the pressure that a lot of young people are feeling by what they see in their environment, and the pressure to be something that they are not.
And depression. So I find this research about how to help people with anxiety and what kind of ingredients will help you. And I found very interesting ingredients. First of all, very easy. Any fruit smoothie, helps you with anxiety.
Wow.
Any. I was like, what? Yeah, that's it. That's number one.
That's good to know.
Now, you can add something like we call probiotics and prebiotics. The combination of probiotics and prebiotics helps you with the depression a lot. Okay, so I have, for example, one. I said, how can I do that? I'll try to do something easy also. One is called a peaceful date. Having the dates you buy that in the store. Then you have almond milk helps you with it. Then you have maca. Maca is great for anxiety and depression. Peach, and then we have that information. With that combination of all of this, you have this combination of the probiotics and prebiotics and really reduce the depression and anxiety.
That's good. And you would say this is, because I know you mentioned your daughters also are big fans of the
Yeah.
smoothies. So would you say there's your age limit?
No, not age limit. I think we need to introduce to our family the smoothies, the easy way, that they feel comfortable with the flavor. I really focus, you can say focus on nutrition. No, I focus first in the flavor, because once they start liking, then you start adding ingredients on those. There is one ingredient my daughter doesn't like. I remember each time I added, she discovered, and then I couldn't add it. So I start playing with that until the flavors, until I get the ingredients that she needs. Or maybe your body rejecting that ingredient. No, there is some people, like for example, in my case, I have lupus, the kale, my body rejected.
And
Even
how do
the
you
kale,
know? How do you know when your body's rejecting them?
I start having breakouts.
Okay, so allergies. You have
Allergies.
allergic
It
reactions.
shows for the people on lupus in me, or start having pain. So even the kale is like, oh my God, the most healthy thing for people who have lupus is not good. So we need to put it vapor, the lupus. In the book explaining, if you have these sicknesses, you can use kale, but you need to vapor, put a vapor before using it. Or you can use collard greens, because I give you the other option. The collard green is amazing. Doesn't interferes with anybody. I was thinking, wow, this is a big secret. I didn't even know the collard green exists.
Right.
It's a huge leaf. You find it in the stores. I don't know who is.
Yeah, it's very
how people
popular
are
with
eating.
Southerners, sudden of cooking. Yeah, collard greens. Yeah.
But you take that, doesn't affect the flavor, and it's green, and it has a lot of the properties of the kale. So I was trying to find those differences. Like almonds, for example, we were talking about peeling the almonds. Sometimes you need to wet the almonds, before
Soak them.
You need to soak them. Maybe your organism, you're fine, but other people no. So you people need to know their bodies.
And can people substitute some of the
Yeah,
ingredients?
my daughter, one of my daughter is vegetarian, so nothing of milk can be involved in her thing. I love milk, no milk, so I go and find all these different
substitutes
options
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you mentioned that there's more coming out, more books. When can we expect your next book?
So I try to write books in a things that is easy for people to follow.
And something like you said, you are passionate about, something about, you've had some experience with. And I think that's where it has to begin. And people will see through that, right? It's genuine.
Yeah, you need to, if you're talking about your own life, people like to hear about your experience.
Yes.
So I can talk about my sicknesses because I have it, I live it, I know every day, and I can connect with somebody who have the same situation, right? People can, if you are a single mother, you can talk about your story because you already live for that. You can connect with somebody who is
right.
So I will advise people to write books about their own experiences,
right,
their own lives, and how they connect. People like to hear, how do you suddenly you are fine? Right. So for example, right now all my my chemicals, all my things of the health are perfectly well.
Yeah.
So somebody say, oh, show me, here it is. Show me when you were sick, here it is.
Right.
So it's not like I'm faking up like story, no?
Right.
And that's what people wants to know.
That it works for you.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to also overcome some of their own struggles, which is important. And it kind of brings us back full circle where we began, that someone came to you and asked for help. advice about their health, and you were able to give them genuine feedback because of your own experience.
Yes.
And that resonated with them, and that sparked your interest in starting this
It took me a
series.
while. There's two things about circle. It took me a while to say it because we were talking before. Is you as a professional person, you don't want people to know you carry some weight
Right.
or pain.
Unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to. I don't want to go to my office when I was the dean and say, "Hey, today I cannot move my hands because my lupus is bad today." I couldn't do that. Okay.
Right.
I cannot open, for example, a bottle when I have bad days. So I have to ask somebody to. Nobody will notice. Why asking somebody to open? But this is little things that happen with people have.
You
this
made little adjustments.
adjustments,
Right.
but I cannot go and say, "Oh, you know what? Today I have this bad day," because as a professional person, you don't want people to see you weak, or you don't want people to see you struggling at home with whatever you're struggling at home.
Right.
And so you created that persona, and to me was one of this book was a challenge because it was the moment I had to tell the world, yes,
The truth about
I
your
have,
story. Yes.
I have things. I didn't want to. It took me 10 years to make the decision.
Wow.
It took until I get my goal to be the dean, and that's it. Still, I was afraid to do it.
Isn't that something?
And I'm
And
still afraid. I'm still afraid that people will say, "Oh yeah, she was sick." No, I'm still afraid. But I have to live with that, and I have to live with the passion that people are helping other people to overcome their situations.
you see, and that's a very uplifting story for people who sometimes don't even want to take the first steps, right, to pursue their passions and live a full life because they're afraid what other people will think. And it's amazing that you were able to, be comfortable with the fact that I need to expose this about my life in order to reach more people.
It's true. You need to
So,
be comfortable.
Yes, yeah. Well, this brings us to the end, and I just want to once more to tell everybody the book. Where can they find this book?
Or you can find it in Amazon and also in the stores. A makeover to take over your health, research-based smoothies.
There it is.
And you have hard copy, like
yes, I have the hard.
Yeah, this is the VIP version.
I wanted
And
to
we
make sure I
have-
have the VIP version.
You have the VIP, and of course, it's all color because as a professor, I want you to have the best. They criticize me a lot for put a color book because it's expensive. You make it less money. I say, I don't care. I
Right.
want people to actually see the pictures and the colors.
As always, Dr. Morote has to give us the best
Yeah.
of everything that she does. Thank you so much. Really,
And this book, this green dress, this was a wedding I went 10 years ago. And I said, I have to use the same dress for the picture.
why is
So,
that? Why?
because I wanted to show that I went back to my weight 10 years ago.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So
there's a story behind the dress as well.
yeah, as an old dress, I said, I need to fit in this dress. If not, I don't have a picture.
Wow. That's great. Thank you so much, Dr. Morote. I've learned
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank
from
you
this.
for much. Thank you for everything.
and I can't
enjoy
wait.
and I wish you very success in all
Thank
you're
you.
doing and
Thank
enjoy
you.
your podcast and everything.
Absolutely.
And you're
Thank
big
you.
fan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.